Ah.
This is the story of my life, and I'm about to blow your mind away with the stuff I went through. Like those kind of stuffs that make you raise an eyebrow. Yeah, I grew up in a small community where neighbors know themselves. Now, this story it starts from when I became conscious of myself and my world, like when I know my right from my left. Talking about 2000, 2001, thereabout. Yes. So, there was a lot of food, of course. There was a lot of food around the neighborhood. People eat, people enjoy themselves. In a local village, of course, in a small town in Kwara State. Only that the plenty food that was in the neighborhood then did not reach myself and my family because we were going through a lot of hunger strike. There was no food to eat. Research indicates that children are especially vulnerable to trauma because their brains are still developing. So, childhood trauma is real, like it happens to children. Do not think that it's only adults that experience trauma.
For example, if you fail, you may go. You know my voice and the boys name. Dancing! Michael, Bolu, Afumi, Fatia, Mistura. You know my food.
I hail from Ede, Osun State, Nigeria. That's my father's hometown, but I lived most of my life in Kwara State. I became emotionally sensitive to my environment at 8 years old. And during this period, my family had a lot of terrible experiences. I will share the little I can remember. Come along. Poverty was something I became conscious of as early as 8 years old. It was really bad. I mean, we were earning so low, most times no income at all. Yeah, even though my dad was working and earning money, just that giving us was almost impossible for him. At some point, I believe it was a spiritual attack. Yeah. The only time I felt his loving and caring arms was when I was much younger, until I clocked 7 years old. I remember he, of course, took us to one of the best primary school around the environment then, and he will make sure that we do not miss our school bus. But unfortunately, things changed drastically, and it was so bad that we could not even afford the school fees of that best primary school anymore. No good food to eat, no clothes to wear, and there was no good shelter. And you expect me to, be lively like other children. Hell no, I was really in pains. I mean, my heart aches, even as a young child. I was just thinking, overthinking. I remember when I'll go and knock on my neighbor's door to buy cooked beans every night around 11 p.m.
Ẹ kalẹ̀ o.
Ẹ káalẹ́ tánu.
Èmi ni Àánú.
Àánú ọ ti fẹ́ rẹwà.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ilé dìde mọ́ ilẹ̀ ti ṣú o, aago mọ́kànlá ti kọjá. Ọ̀tá fúnra rẹ̀, ẹ̀wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ní lẹ́yìn rẹ̀ ń bẹ́ẹ̀ ta fúnra rẹ̀. Kó fowó sórí kíní. I would serve drinks of 10 naira for myself and each of my siblings, excluding my elder sister, who left home at age 16 when she couldn't endure the humiliation. And of course, out of courtesy, I would buy 15 naira beans for my mom. It sounds ridiculous, yeah, I know, but this continued for months. Like, we'll wait every night before we take dinner for my dad, who had gone to the beer parlor. And all these events, I was taking notes even as a child.
Àánú òdìdé. Àwọn yòókù tí ń ṣiṣẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n ti ń fọbọ́. Àfi kó mọ̀ sùn lẹ́lẹ́lẹ̀.
I got to know my mom was sick when I was 9 years old. And during this period, she was already hypertensive. And I had already changed to 3 different primary schools because we could not afford to pay school fees, and they would withdraw me from one, I go to the other. I stopped behaving like a child. Like, I got so mature than my age. But people thought I was just being a smart kid for growing up so fast. Not knowing that I was hurting inside, I stopped doing hide and seek. I stopped playing with my peers. I stopped doing after round 1. Nothing interests me anymore. I'd rather sit with elders, though I still have a lot of unanswered questions in my mind.
kí ló ń ṣọmọ yìí jíde kó sára ṣe nǹkan tó wàá ṣe náà.
I pitied my mom for marrying my dad. In fact, I developed low self-esteem because there was no proper education on how to handle all those informations that surrounds a circumstance as a child. Well, I'll just take a pause on this story of mine. I really want to talk about emotional trauma.
ìwà gidi lẹ̀ ń wù yẹn bí tẹ̀fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ gan ẹ ṣé kí lè fẹ́ ṣe fún mi ṣé ọkọ̀ ló fún àwọn ọmọ lóúnjẹ ni ó rẹ mọ́mì ẹ fún wọn lóúnjẹ ká fi lọ tọ́jú wọn ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ ń hùwà bí ẹ ṣẹ́ fẹ́ náà mì í tí bá sọ̀rọ̀ gan ṣẹ́ fẹ́ náà mì í mo lè sọ̀rọ̀ kí lè fẹ́ ṣe ṣé èèyàn kan lè Dangote ni. It's okay.
For the purpose of introduction, this is me, the little Hanu, walking all alone, lost in thought, and of course, always sad without speaking out all that I have on my mind because I don't even know how to express it. Now, that is how emotional trauma looks like. It is a result of event or experience that leaves us feeling deeply unsafe and often hopeless. It can result from a single event or be a part of ongoing experience like mine because for sure this was going on for a long time. Childhood trauma is real. I never knew allowing worries and anxiety to take over my late childhood could cost me so much. For the records, it was not just poverty that made me sad during those periods, but for the lack of peace and unity in my family. On the other hand, my parents were ignorant of the implication of revealing their marital issues to a small child like myself. I finally realized that intelligence is not the same as maturity. So do not make the same mistake as a parent, downloading all the events in your marriage to your young children. This is because children are different. We have to acknowledge the fact that they have their strengths and weaknesses, And I was the type with so much empathy that I put the whole issues on my head. I was not even the firstborn. But then, all the things that my mom would discuss with me, I overthink them. So, as parents, do not expose your children when they are not matured for some emotional talks.